The NFL always manages to deliver, whether it's stunning games or incredible plays, and they would not be possible without a few surprises along the way. Here are the 10 most surprising players in the NFL this season. We begin our list with a familiar face who still somehow made our jaws drop. It's Taysom Hill of the New Orleans Saints. At number 10, the quarterback/tight end had an incredible season, where he finished first on his team in touchdowns scored with 7 and was second in total yards on the ground. Just imagine a scenario where Hill had 5 more rushing touchdowns than leading running back Alvin Kamara. It seems improbable, but it did happen this season. Hill also caught 2 passing touchdowns and passed the ball for 2 more touchdowns. The utility man wowed us all with his performance this season and deserves, at the very least, a little mention and some spotlight. Hill finished the season with 575 rushing yards, 77 receiving yards from 9 receptions, and a catch completion percentage of 69.2%, and had a passing completion percentage of 68.4%, going for 240 yards and a total of 11 touchdowns. Wow, simply stunning. At number 9, it is cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Tyson Campbell. The sophomore player didn't have the best rookie season, where opposing quarterbacks regularly picked on the top selection in the second round of the 2021 NFL Draft, but he bounced back in a big way. Campbell led all cornerbacks in interceptions with 3 picks, which he returned for 32 yards. He also had 15 pass deflections, which are second most on the team, forced 1 fumble, and recovered 2, scoring 1 touchdown. It is clear that the young corner has done a lot of growing up, and it shows in the advanced metrics. Last season, he allowed his opponent to get 8.2 yards per target, and this season, that number has dropped to 5.8 yards. Also, Campbell's completion rate has dropped, where wide receivers used to have a 66.7% success rate on getting a reception from him. Now it's gone down to 55.6%. Campbell is truly one of the most surprising players this season. Another surprising player comes on our list at number 8, and it is Dexter Lawrence of the New York Giants. Although he has performed decently since entering the NFL, the Clemson standout hasn't really reached the elite level. But that all changed this season. Dexter Lawrence has reached a career high in sacks with 7.5 on the season, a career high in tackles with 68 combined, pass deflections with 3, and forced fumbles with 2. Dexter Lawrence has elevated his game this season, and as a result surprised the entire NFL community, who thought that he peaked in his college days. Oh, and by the way, Dexter Lawrence leads the entire team in sacks and tackles. An overall menacing player. The NFL community received another welcome surprise with our next player on the list. At number 7, it is wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, some of you might be thinking it's not that big of a surprise, considering that Smith-Schuster's quarterback is the leading MVP candidate of the regular season. But even if Juju has Patrick Mahomes, it doesn't mean that everyone anticipated the Whiteouts' rise from the ashes of mediocrity. Last season, Smith-Schuster played in only 5 games and had a career-low 15 receptions for 129 yards and 0 touchdowns. This season, he stayed healthy and produced to the tune of 78 receptions for a catch completion percentage of 77.2%, which is the highest in his career. He also had 933 yards, the second most of his career since his breakout sophomore season, and managed to score 3 touchdowns. It is highly impressive since he isn't considered to be the number 1 target on the Chiefs. That honor goes to tight end Travis Kelce. But still, Juju produced, and his bounce back has brought a smile to all of our faces. Another player that had us smiling comes in at number 6 on our list, and that is rookie running back Dameon Pierce of the Houston Texans. No one truly would have imagined that his rookie, or the Houston Texans for that matter, would be able to run the ball efficiently. But then head coach Lovie Smith loves the ground and pound strategy, which benefited Dameon Pierce. Now, Pierce only played in 13 games, but he did manage to lead the team in rushing yards with 939 and rushing touchdowns with 4. But he also could catch the ball and had a catch completion percentage of 76.9%, which earned him 165 yards and a touchdown. Clearly, more will be expected of this rookie as we head into the next season, but so far, Dameon Pierce has been a wonderful surprise. The same could be said for our next player, who's also a rookie and comes in at number 5 on our list. It is cornerback Sauce Gardner of the New York Jets. The Jets were so close to reaching the playoffs this season thanks to their defense, and in large part because of rookie Sauce Gardner. Sauce delivered this season in a big way, playing in all 17 games and only allowing a completion percentage of 53.5%. He also had 2 interceptions, 75 combined tackles, and 20 pass deflections, which were the most pass deflections on the entire team. The rookie had a breakout season, and no one saw it coming. Next season, he will go into it as one of the pundits' favorites to win Defensive Player of the Year. Our next player was on the cusp of winning an insane number of awards, but injuries have slowed down his productivity. But this season, he surprised all of us with his game. It is the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa. Now, in the same number of games last season, Tua has increased his passing yards by 895, his touchdowns by 9, and decreased his interception stat by 2. Tua's quarterback rating went from 90.1 last season to 105.5 this season. That is an immense rise in just one season. And if we are being completely truthful, no one saw it coming. What might hurt us as fans of the sport is that we may not witness Tua Tagovailoa play again in the NFL, or at least not see him build on this impressive season. His numbers: a pass completion of 64.8%, 3,548 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions. This next player surprised everyone in the NFL community because he was deemed to be damaged goods. At number 3, it is Josh Jacobs of the Las Vegas Raiders. Jacobs had a phenomenal season. He played in every game, and 6 times he rushed for over 100 yards, and from those 6 times, 5 went for over 140 yards. In his biggest games, he ran the ball 33 times for 229 yards in Seattle, scoring 2 rushing touchdowns. Such an explosive season was not anticipated by anyone in the NFL sphere, let alone fans of the team. Jacobs finished with the most rushing yards in the entire league with 1,653 yards. He also caught 53 passes for 400 yards, making him one of, if not the most productive running back in the entire NFL. And we promise you, no one saw it coming. But it should be noted that Jacobs is a free agent, but the Raiders could still hang on to him. Another running back that might be on the way out is Jamal Williams. The fierce Lions runner is number 2 on our list. Jamal Williams led the league in rushing touchdowns with 17, and no one really could have anticipated it given that his teammate and fellow running back DeAndre Swift is the more favored of the two for the starting role. But Williams won the job when Swift was sidelined with an injury and has never looked back. Williams played in all 17 games and had 1,066 yards on the ground, but only twice crossed the 100-yard mark in a game. But on 6 occasions, he finished the game with multiple touchdowns. He is the guy you want at the goal line because you know he's going to punch it in. A player who has been pushing above his weight this season and is number 1 on our list is none other than quarterback Geno Smith of the Seattle Seahawks. He is the comeback player of the year in our eyes, and after successfully leading a team to the playoffs that no one thought would be close to reaching it. After being a backup quarterback year after year, Geno got his shot this season and grasped the opportunity with a clenched fist. He played in every game and had a career-high 69.8% pass completion, 4,282 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, and only 11 interceptions. It is his best season by a mile, and he has been the player that has surprised the most people this NFL season. No one comes close, and he should be congratulated no matter what happens in the postseason. So, which player surprised you the most this season? Please let us know in the comments down below, but before you go, if you still want to watch awesome NFL content like this, please watch the next video that will pop on your screen.